So come on over and check it out. We'll see y'all there. Peace.
I gotta link the video now.
Oh shit! Yeah, how do I do that? You got the link?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
What's up, everybody?
What up, YouTube? We got Steve's people in here. We got my people in here. We got Jameson Philippi.
Yes, sir.
Who is on pace to do 1.5 million this year. So whatever questions you guys have, Steve did 150,000 profit last year at least. I know I'm probably messing that up.
Pretty close. Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. So 700K gross sales. He does eBay to Amazon flips. His average sales price is super high. So if you guys have questions about flipping online arbitrage items, Steve's your man. Jameson has driven all over the country sourcing products from retail stores. I built and sold an Amazon FBA book business. I do wholesale now. So whatever questions you guys have at all about selling on Amazon, link them below.
I remember the first time I met Avery, you were doing around, I think, 12. There's a video on my channel, $12,000 a month. And I was shocked because, there was a lot of people that I was surrounded with doing 2,000 a month, 3,000. I think I was doing maybe like 5,000 or 6,000 a month. And you were actually doing 12,000 a month, driving all over, putting together deals with libraries, doing consignment, doing college buyback. So it really goes to prove how much you could scale your Amazon business if you expand the way you're sourcing from just
and just like building a network of people, like just seeing what everyone's doing, and I can kind of pick and choose what I want to do now. Being the host of Miami Sellers Conference, like having such a strong network from YouTube, it's pretty cool. You can do a lot of different things with this. So I'm gonna update my thumbnail real quick. We'll be good to rock and roll.
And also, I want to give a big shout out to Jameson because I'm really impressed by how far Jameson has taken things. I mean, I remember when I first met Jameson, he had joined a group that I was running with a couple guys called the Green Room. And when he joined, I mean, I think you had recently, like you were working other jobs or like you had gotten in trouble or you were kind of going through some issues in life. You had zero Amazon sales. I think you started flipping on eBay.
Yes, sir.
Now you're doing wholesale deals, buyouts. You told me you flew across the country and bought a whole entire store, doing multiple millions per year. So it's been really amazing to see how far you've come, Jameson.
Thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got Michael in the house saying, "Hi, I'm new to reselling books. About 40% of books I would buy, I need approval. I would submit retail receipts and be approved." I know this is wrong. So starting out with used books, it's kind of like a volume game. The more books you sell, the more you're going to be ungated. I just recommend requesting approval on everything, but really comes with sales. If you want, type in Romer the Roamer, how to get ungated in books. There's a video I posted a few days ago, and you can actually just download a list that I created for free, upload it to GoToLister, and it'll auto ungate you in a bunch of books, and you can request approval for a bunch of others. But it's a volume game. Usually about 1,000-2,000 in sales you get up there.
Yeah, I was actually just going to shout you out, Avery, because I noticed you put together that list for free. So what exactly is that? Break that down, because I think people get confused with a restricted book that you 100% can't sell versus a book that you can apply to sell.
So starting out, some people are gated like in all books. And that's like worst case scenario. It's very rare. I'd say like 1% to 2% of people just can't sell any books. And in that case, you got to sell something else until Amazon lets you sell books. Where most people end up is they can sell some books, but not all books. And so they'll have a few different options when they go to sell a book they cannot sell, a gated book. They'll either auto ungate, they'll be able to request approval with an invoice, or they just can't sell it at all. Now, don't freak out with any of these three options. I would just, again, most important thing is sales volume, get your sales volume up. But what you can do is take that list that I generated from Better World Books. I went to Better World Books on Keepa. I downloaded like the top 300 books they had. And it's a bunch of different publishers. You can upload it to GoToLister, and GoToLister will automatically list them for you. And then you can click on request approval for anything you're gated in. And that's a way to jumpstart it. I don't know if that's going to like allow Amazon to release the floodgates faster. I think sales are the most important thing, but it will allow you to, get past some of the initial popular publishers that you're gated in. So I know that saved my mom a ton of time doing that. Back then we didn't have the list or the feature that GoToLister literally allows you to take this list, throw it in, and it just puts all of them in order for you. And all you have to do is click on one button, apply, and just go through. So it's a big time saver for beginners, but most important thing is get those first few sales.
Yeah, you've got to get your sales volume up, like Avery mentioned. And it happened with all of us, me, Jameson, Avery. When you're new, Amazon doesn't trust you, especially nowadays, since there's a lot more sellers. So you really do have to prove yourself. And those floodgates will open up. In the beginning, you're going to feel so helpless. You're going to feel like, wow, all these gurus and Steve and Avery and Jameson, they're full of baloney. Like, it's not that easy. The truth is, in the beginning, it actually is challenging. You have the first few months, sell as many as possible, but then those floodgates will open. They'll ungate you in some categories, ungate you with a bunch of publishers, and it does get easier, but those first couple months, certainly a struggle.
For sure. What up, Brian? I'm out in your territory out here in Vegas. Michael says, what should I do so I'm not banned? I'm really bummed. I'm not trying to proceed. That's a good question for Steve.
So, like, give me a little bit more context to that. Are they already?
I guess he's just asking. Yeah, I don't really know. He says I'm new to reselling books. About 40% of the books I need approval, and
gotcha.
Says, I don't want to get banned.
So
I'll give my 2 cents too, but you give your 2 cents first.
The biggest thing to keep in mind in 2024 and 2025 and beyond. And Mike the Used Book Guy talked about this in a recent video. He actually doesn't even sell textbooks anymore. He stopped. And, I don't want to slaughter what he said. I'm going to paraphrase, but he essentially said it's not worth the risk anymore. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's what he said. So, I still will sell textbooks. I think there's good money, but the number one tip, run your textbooks through Books Run Counterfeit Calculator. If it comes up as likely or very likely, do not sell it. We've got some exciting news coming out soon.
Yeah. Do you want to tease him with that? Because that was 100% your idea. And
you got to tease it, man. You got to tease it. Or Jameson likes to be teased.
Hey. You want to tease it? That slot machine was teasing him today.
Bro.
Teasing my wallet. Basically, if you go to booksrun.com and look up the counterfeit calculator somewhere on the website, just go to Google, type in Books Run Counterfeit Calculator. You can put any ISBN or ASIN, right? ASIN in there too?
Yes.
Yeah, and it'll tell you the likelihood of being counterfeit. Stay away from anything highly likely. I would just wholesale those books or send them to restrictedinventory.com or somewhere else or eBay them. But really just selling them is probably your best bet, either on bookscatter.com or restrictedinventory.com. Those are your two best options for monetizing textbooks. But you don't want to do that for every single book. But if it's a textbook, you do want to look it up. And what we're doing at GoToLister, for anyone that uses the fastest listing software on the planet, is when you list a book within the next day or so, we're going to have the ability to have you click on it's going to say risk check. And when you click on it, it's automatically going to open up Books Run, put that ASIN in, and tell you the likelihood of it being counterfeit. And if it's highly likely, just like sell the book real quick. Go to sellbackyourbook.com or bookscatter.com, compares all the top vendors. And instead of selling a book for $50 on Amazon, sell it for $15 and get instant cash and protect your account.
Don't list it on Amazon. Even if it's like a 2,000 ranked book and you're like, oh, they're never going to catch me because it's going to sell instantly. They will literally do a test buy from you. Mm-hmm. And Avery knows about it. I mean, pretty much all the booksellers over the years who've been doing this for a while, we all know because, the law firms have really tightened up. So either A, don't sell textbooks at all, or B, if you're going to, use GoToLister's risk check, which is coming out soon, or run the book through Books Run Counterfeit Calculator. If you do so, you should be pretty safe.
Yeah. You just got to stay away from certain publishers and certain titles, and that comprehensive list given to us inadvertently by booksrun.com does a great job at protecting the community.
Big shout out to Amanda, Flipping with Amanda. Speaking of being proud of not only you guys as well, I've seen you guys come up and go crazy. Amanda, I seen her come up from doing $23 in sales. She booked a coaching call with me to now where she's doing, she was doing over 20K a month on Amazon, and now she's doing almost over 10K a month on Walmart. That girl is
she made you cry with those numbers at Books and Beyond.
Honestly, when she spoke at Books and Beyond, I literally had tears in my eyes. It was something, just seeing someone transform so much. So yeah, check her channel out, Flipping with Amanda.
And I'm always keeping tabs on the community on who's getting suspended and how they're getting unsuspended. And Amanda's a great story. Amanda, if you want to drop in the comments, I forgot, or maybe Steve, why did she get suspended originally?
Yeah. She honestly didn't do like anything wrong. Sometimes if you're selling from thrift stores or you're doing eBay to Amazon, sometimes they'll
do you know what it was though? Was it a textbook?
No, it wasn't a textbook. I think it was a board game, Amanda. Okay. I think it was a board game. And no, and it was a weird item. I forget. I think she might have got 2. Didn't you get 2 back to back? But she really
my
didn't do
point with her, she got her account back and she got it back pretty quickly. And the reason why, and this is huge in 2024 and 2025, Amazon's looking for congruency and they're looking for a good alibi. And so if you have a good story that's true, obviously it's got to be true, then you can basically tell Amazon, hey, look, I got this from a Goodwill and like, here's my receipt.
Yeah.
And she did that and it worked. And that's a mirror. It sounds like a miracle, but I think in the used item space, if you have a good alibi and you don't doll up your plan of action too much and you just do what Amanda did, where it's like, hey, look, here's my Goodwill receipt. This is what I bought, blah, blah, blah. She did it a few times. Boom, account's back.
So she just commented, and we actually have a theory. So she was doing, thrifting and eBay to Amazon for like a year and a half, sold thousands of items, had no issues. And let me know, Jameson and Avery, what your thoughts are on this. But a couple days before, she got like multiple complaints. She had never gotten a complaint before. She hired, I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but she hired a reimbursement company, and the company went into her account and like opened up a whole shit ton of cases. And then next thing you know, within a couple of days, boom, triggered with all these issues. It seems like more than a coincidence. And that's why I don't even use them anymore, because I got super paranoid. And I heard multiple stories of reimbursement companies coming in, which I don't even know if they're going to be in business anymore now that Amazon made all these changes with they're going to
think so. It's kind of like a listing software. It's like Amazon. It's like, oh, we're going to make a better lister, blah, blah, blah. But there's still third-party listing softwares because they never optimize. There's going to be fees they don't want to. There's going to be reimbursements that they won't give us unless we ask for them. So,
but have you heard of people getting their accounts suspended? Because I've heard of it multiple times before, and it scared me.
Not specifically with that case. I've heard like prep centers and other things like that, though. How's Mama Profit, says Terry?
Mama Profit's doing good. She slowed down a little bit with books. Matter of fact, in our area, we have quite a few competitors that. Well,
they've been watching all your Instagram reels.
Steve.
I call them the rake and vultures. No, they'll sit at the thrift store all day long. I don't know if you have.
Was cracking me up today. We went out and we shot content at the casino. He's like vlogging his experience, and every once in a while he would turn the camera off and he would like just give some fire fucking tips to me. And I'm like, bro, you should be making content about this right now. And he's like, no, I can't. Like, it's too good. And I like. I can't do this. Like the people, I told the people I wouldn't. I'm like, oh, you don't want the Steve Rakens of the casino content game coming out, just giving away the game. Because he would like, I mean, it was a cool vlog, but then like you turn off and be like, all right, these machines here, blah, 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 blah. And like, you got to do this. And I'm just like, dude, like that would be, in my opinion, like that's the fire content, but
Yeah. But Mama Profit's good. She's actually making, good money with Amazon influencer as well. So she reviews a lot of products. She still sells books.
What is she up to with that?
500 a month, nothing crazy, but she's earning Social Security. So she makes money.
My girlfriend's doing that, bro. I want to get her up to $2,000 a month in the next 3 months. That's my goal.
Honestly, the way to do it, if you really want to make a crap ton of money, is not even influencer. I would go TikTok shop, TikTok affiliate, because you have a video go viral. And you talk about you're talking about Lily?
Yeah.
Dude,
she's got a TikTok page. She's good at TikTok, bro.
Someone like her, she's bilingual, right? She speaks Spanish as well. If she speaks Spanish, review products in Spanish because it's such a smaller market. Because I know someone who does that and they make like 10, 15K a month. Because
dude, I would love to be down. I want to get involved in this so much. So I'm going to live vicariously through Lily, but I'd be down to do like once a month, just like a call with a few Amazon sellers who have gone Amazon influencer, like Trevin Peterson, obviously your mom. There's Matthew Osborne's doing it, and just do I think it's a big opportunity. I think it's cool to talk about. Maybe like every 6 weeks or something, get together. Yeah.
There's a lot of money, it's just, there's a little bit of an approval process on influencer. You have to have, and I know Lily, she has like followers with her TikTok and stuff. So she'd get approved, but you need
she's already approved, bro. She's working 4 hours a day on videos and she's just posting, like she's up to 30 something videos.
Yeah. You need like 2,000 followers, like on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, and then they'll pretty much approve you. But yeah, it's a great way to make money. And there's not as much overhead as in a Amazon FBA physical product business.
100%. I'm at $60 for the last 2 months, says Claire. Slow start, but all free books. Heck yeah, good work. What up, guys? What up, Cisco?
Yo.
Jean Shallot says a lot of that list wouldn't auto engage, so I just start selling once I can now. It's not like an auto engage, like you'll have to click on apply still, and then it depends. Like some people are gonna like, I guess what's the term for that? They'll get ungated upon requesting approval, and then some are gonna have the invoice option, and then some will just have like watch a video and you'll get ungated. But just do as many as you can. But the number one thing you can do is just sell more books. Yeah, just start selling the ones you have now. 100%. People love that list, bro. I made a lead magnet out of it. You'd be proud of me. I just made a little landing page for it, so I'll start collecting emails.
That's all you got to do, man.
I hired a reimbursement company, and they thought I got hacked. Yeah. Board games. What else we got here? Paper Gold. What's good? It's a good evening, gentlemen. I owe you a phone call. I've been dodging you. Peter Young says, guys, just starting out. Can you get me these numbers to sound right? $480 in sales, $299 Amazon fees, $186. Okay, so you're mixing the inbound charges, which you shouldn't yet. Let's just look at the $480 minus $299. Yeah, that's normal. You're getting a $181 payout, which is good for $480 in sales, and you probably paid $30 for those books. Like that's a decent margin. Now, what you're confusing and what a lot of beginner sellers confuse is you're feeding the beast. You're sitting in a lot new inventory, and that is affecting your payout temporarily early on. So you're like looking negative right now, basically. But just give it a few months. As long as your average sales price is good, as long as your sell-through rate's good, as long as you're sending in good inventory with good sales ranks, good e-scores, you'll be okay. You're just at the very beginning phases.
Also keep in mind, I don't know if you mentioned this, but as a new seller, really the first 3-4 months, they're going to be holding a lot more of your funds in reserve. Mm-hmm. So not only, Amazon doesn't trust you, right? Not you personally, but anybody who's a new seller. They don't trust Jameson. Yeah, nobody does. I mean, no, we love Jameson. Jameson's actually one of the people I actually trust most because we go back so far. But in terms of Amazon, they don't trust.
Backpack today in the bathroom.
He was in the bathroom.
Dude, I was bugging. Like I'm sitting there, and Steve, I've been through like a little bit this year with people like holding money from me or like stealing from me or whatever. So like I'm just like in the bathroom in Vegas, and I brought my backpack in because I'm like,
what? He put it on the floor.
Yeah,
in the stall. That's on the stall floor.
Sacrifice you have to make.
Disgusting.
Last time I came to Vegas, they broke into my rental car and they took my They didn't take my laptop, but they almost did. The glass landed on top of the laptop, so they couldn't see the laptop. How crazy!
Wow, you are so lucky.
Stole my dad's CPAP machine instead. So
man, those things have good money.
Dude, I'm sitting there in the stall, bro, and all of a sudden I see a hand reach over, grabbing the backpack, pulling it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, is this like the year like steal from Avery year? And I'm like, yo, right here. And then I was like, I'm gonna wait outside of this stall and just like talk shit to this dude. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna go find Jameson. I go out. Turns out it was Jameson the whole time.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Raykin, have you ever used Replay Catcher or any software like that?
I don't know what Replay Catcher is all about. Jason, I'm the one who developed it with my partner, Ben. So yeah, that's how we find most of our deals from eBay to Amazon. So
yeah, yes. It's a great software. Talk a little bit about that.
Jason Cutler, good looking guy, man. I wish I had a set of hair like that.
Yeah.
James, talk a little about what Replay Catcher does for people. We have a lot of people in here from my audience that probably have no idea what Replay Catcher
is. So for the folks who don't know, I'm actually on pace to do, I'm close to 800,000 in sales with about 25-30% margin at the end of the day. Margins are really high with my model. I buy items on eBay and I flip them on Amazon. So that's books, DVDs, CDs, electronics, board games, pretty much any and everything. I mean, Avery and I were partners with GoToLister, so I gave him access to my account. So didn't you say that you get push notifications for all my sales?
I do. I feel like I don't get all your notifications, or maybe you just don't sell that many items a day. But I have
$100, $105 average order price. So
I get your. I know it's yours because it's Gia is in the SKU.
Yeah, that's my VA.
Your VA.
I sell like 20, 25 items a day.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I get all yours. There's some glitch where if you log into multiple GoToLister accounts on your phone, which I do, I get my friend does 15 million a year. I get like every $9 fucking book he sells. I get your $100 ASP items. I get my friend's private label items. Like I'm getting all these notifications all the time. But like when I see yours, I'm like, I'll see $200 sales come through and I'll see the buy cost is like 75. And I'm always thinking, like, you're operating one of the highest profit Amazon businesses that are out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not everybody could do it though, because, you know, a lot of people, they might only have $500 or $1,000. So going to the thrift store is the best option. But if you've got 5, 10, 15K a month you could play with, you know, you could spend $50 on eBay and sell it for 100, 125 all day long. And I think in the last year I've sold a little over 8,000 products. I can pull that up, but yeah, we use Replen Catcher. So
yeah, go to replencatcher.com, guys. Get your free trial today. Type in Steve Rakin, eBay to Amazon on YouTube.
I appreciate it.
And
are you doing eBay to Amazon, Jason? I'm curious.
I thought you were calling Jameson Jason for a second. What's the notice from companies like Inventory Lab and GoToLister about new listing? Oh, yeah, that's cool. See an Inventory Lab and GoToLister. We're about to take them over. But basically, there's some API issues or API changes, right, going on?
Yeah, Amazon's upgrading their API. They do this every couple of years. And even if we're upgraded or any software is upgraded, they just send out an email. I don't know why. We were just talking to the developer. It's so weird. Why would Amazon send that out to everybody? But it's all set. So
yeah, it is weird. They're sending it out to everyone. But yeah, we got it under control. So if you're using GoToLister, you're safe. I'd be interested in that content, says Brian. Go check them out. Winning with Jameson on Instagram and YouTube everywhere.
Carter Maxwell.
Heck yeah, he's been going hard on the content lately. He's been posting some of his VA content from when he went to the Philippines. Big shout out to Carter. He influenced me to go out to the Philippines and meet my team, which Steve, you should come with us next year.
Yeah, I want to, dude. When I met Carter, I'm not even kidding. I don't even think he hit puberty yet. Honestly, he was like, Jameson, you were there when we met Carter at the Green Room meetup in Austin, Texas. He was there with his mom. He was like 11 years old. And,
never heard of him.
Yeah. But man, it's incredible to see how far Carter's come with his virtual assistants and his programs and his content. I mean, super proud of Carter, man. Good to have you here.
I'll give a hack for pricing errors. So if you get high pricing errors, often there's some booksellers that will list all their books as collectible that are over $80. So if you're listing books and the price is high, just go to Lister, click on the condition, and then click on C. It'll start with a C and then whatever condition, no, G, VG, whatever. And they don't get high pricing errors, apparently.
Dude, I got a question for you that you're going to love. We got a question from Gus Zilla saying, so I struggle when I'm creating my batches when I'm listing. It takes too much time to box them all up. I have multiple shipment locations. Currently, I'm paying extra just to ship them all to one location, and I'm letting Amazon distribute across other locations. Is there an easier way?
Yeah. So if you're going to pay Amazon, which Mike the Used Book Guy does, that's one solution, is to pay them. Don't send multiple boxes. If you're paying Amazon to all go to one location, list with GoToLister. The benefit of this is you'll touch the book one time, scan it, put it in the box. You all know they're going to the same location, send shipment, boom, you're good to go. And apparently this helps. I was reading a book, Profit First, the e-commerce book, the Amazon edition. And they say if you only send one box at a time, there's a less likely chance of Amazon losing your items. So that's a pro there. But that's the way to do it if you're going to pay Amazon like 50 to 80 cents per item to put your item in a box. Alternatively, you can use what we've worked hard to develop to make listing easy for you, which is called the box content flow. So when you make a GoToLister batch, select box content or 2D barcodes if you want to get faster check-in times. Essentially, they do the same thing, but list as many boxes as you want in the listing phase, label them with the F and SKU. Then you'll click on send batch. You'll see all the different warehouse destinations. It could be 1, it could be 5, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have all your books listed. All you're going to do for the next phase is use our box content feature to pick up the book a second time, scan it, and it'll actually tell you what box to put it into. So box 1 and the Amazon warehouse. And then when you fill up that box, you just click on add box and you'll scan into box 2. But this makes it super, super easy. This is really what makes paying for a listing software worth it. I don't know how Amazon expects people to do this without a listing software. Like they literally say like, hey, here's an Excel sheet. Tell us which items are in which box. And then you have to manually upload it. And then like half the time the upload doesn't work. So GoToLister streamlined all that for you and made it super easy. Gus is saying I'm letting Amazon distribute across locations? Is there an easier way? Type in Roamer the Roamer split shipments, and I kind of break down the nuance of this, but maybe it's better to send them all to one location. Maybe it's better to select central if you live in the middle of the country. Maybe it's better to do partial splits. There's a lot of different options. Most people that are like trying to budget and save money are doing minimal splits. Do you know a lot of people doing partial splits right now? When it first started, I feel like everyone was doing partial splits.
No.
Yeah, minimal splits or Amazon optimized splits. Amazon optimized splits is what I meant to say. Most people are doing Amazon optimized. Reduce the fees you pay. Question: What do each of you plan to do in 2025 selling on Amazon to adjust and be more profitable? So what I want to do is stay in stock on my fastest moving ASINs. I do wholesale, and I know which ASINs, if I'm just in stock all year, I'll clear at least 300K profit easily. Then next, I want to make sure that when I'm placing my orders, I'm considering lead time and ROI. I'm not just like, okay, let me hit 100K spend this month. I'm actually going to think what's going to bring me the most return on my investment and what can I realistically get fast. Like if some suppliers take 6 weeks to get product, other suppliers have product on hand. I would rather have a supplier with product on hand that has 30% ROI than wait 6 weeks for 100% ROI.
Yeah.
Just network with the community, keep doing what's working. I'm about to be 30 years old, guys. I've been doing this thing for a minute, so I know what works. It's just a matter of like honing in, focusing, and really milking the profits. What about you?
Yeah. So 2022, with my eBay to Amazon flipping business, I would flip things for a 30% ROI. Like that was my minimum. Then in 2023, I think I went up to 35%. 2024, I went up to 40%. And then 2025, minimum ROI, I'm going to do at least 50% ROI. So I'm raising the floor the better I'm getting. And a big reason is I'm doubling down on replens. So I'm doing a lot less sourcing and experimenting.
I'd be so curious because I know you're not bullshitting. You only put like 4 hours of work in each month, and I see what your sales are. I see what your average sales price is. I know what your goal is to like not go crazy. What do you think of, like, what would be a comfortable year for you? Like the most profit you'd be comfortable trying to go for? Like would 300K be in the realm, or are you cool with just 150 back to back?
Probably not. The reason I don't want to scale too much is just because there is a risk with eBay to Amazon of like them hitting you with a Section 3 or saying like, hey, prove that you have legitimate invoices, and they won't take eBay invoices. So for me, I'll steadily grow like maybe like 20% a year just because I have other income streams. Like I'm not trying to get rich off Amazon. So I would say, for the new year, maybe 200,000, like I'll actually put in my pocket after investing and everything. I just don't want to put too much money into the business. I don't want to have like 100,000 a month revolving, because if they shut you down, they're going to hold on to all that, all your inventory, take your next payout. So like for me, I'm not selling the dream of like, although 200K is nothing to bluff at because I don't do anything anymore. I have VAs who source. I have a prep center, a little owl prep. I have someone who reprices. I've got your old VA. If anyone asks me how to fix high pricing errors, Ron, I forget how to.
I was just thinking about that.
It's like she does it all. So like I'm literally just trying to make as much money per hour as possible and reduce as much risk, to be honest. But I could go crazy. Like if I wanted to do 5 million next year, I could, but I'd probably get my account shut down.
Yeah. What about you, Jameson? What's your 2025 goal? Maintain, quit? What are you doing?
I definitely am going to maintain. I've pretty much, I don't know how it is like for like the eBay to Amazon stuff and like booksellers and stuff, but Amazon's been in like the toy world has been restricting a lot of big brands in the last month. And that's really made me halt a lot. I've literally stopped buying completely. I'm not going to buy anything for the rest of the year unless there's like an amazing deal. And I'm going to reassess what I want to do next year because I have too much money tied up in inventory, hundreds of thousands of dollars in buy cost and, 6 figures in buy cost at Amazon. And like I had a friend the other day, they hard gated him in Funko. He had to remove like 4,000 Funko Pops from Amazon.
They did that to some Nike sellers too recently.
Yeah, I got gated in Nike again and can't get ungated. I mean, thankfully I don't really sell Nike.
Can you request approval?
They won't let me.
Damn.
But anyway, so he had to remove like 4,000 Funko Pops, and they're charging him like $2, $3, $4 per unit to remove them. So he had to spend, $8,000 to $10,000 just in removal fees. And it's like I'm scared to even to buy anything. And a lot of the wholesalers that I buy from, like I'll probably try to find new ones, but they won't sell to you like, oh, I want to buy 6 months worth. Like you have to buy all or none. And sometimes you're buying a year, 2 years worth of supply. And now Amazon they changed their terms of service where you have to have an invoice within 365 days. Otherwise, they won't accept it now. And that's like a new rule they have. And it's like the majority of my business was long-term wholesale where I would have a couple years of supply. So now basically what they're saying is all my stuff I'm basically selling without a receipt, even though I bought it from legitimate wholesalers. So I'm going to really take a step back and reassess what I want to do next year. What that is, I'm still not sure yet, but I'm definitely going to tread lightly next year going into Amazon. I definitely probably will have a down year next year because I want to focus on selling and not buying.
Jameson, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of like all the, remember Avery, when all the bulk booksellers or even just like thrifters, they'd have like 6, 7, 8, 9 million ranked books and they'd have a whole crap ton of them. And then they like built all those rules around like capacity of inventory and then like long-term storage fees and all these things. So it's interesting how a model can work really well for a long time. And then they change a rule and it's like, holy crap, you have to adapt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're in the wholesale space or online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, pay attention to what people are saying. People are really finding things out. Like you can ask your supplier if they can provide supply chain, supply chain authentication, whatever the word would be, their supplier's invoice. So like if you're buying, I didn't think about this earlier, but if you're buying from a wholesale company, you could ask them, hey, could I get the invoices for X brand? And maybe they would give it to you. And if they do, that's going to give you that. It's like a sketch question to ask. Like, you know, if you're selling drugs, you're going to go to your drug dealer and say, hey, where are you getting these? Like, just out of curiosity.
Jameson.
We got Michael saying, should I remove books that I got approved for by submitting? So he's worried about the restriction issue. Those initial books that you request approval for are not highly likely to be counterfeit. Run them through booksrun.com and see if they are, but these are just like, it's just generic gating across like all publishers starting out. So you don't have to worry about those restrictions. And when you are able to sell those books, they're fine. Really what you should be looking out for is high school textbook or college textbooks, primarily any textbooks. Run them through BooksRun before listing them on Amazon. Does Replane Catcher offer leads or do you have to upload your own SKUs?
Yeah, we have over 1 million products right now that you could source from live and direct. But also there's 300 million products or so on Amazon. So you can actually upload your own and track those as well. So yeah.
What kind of products are you flipping, Steve?
I'll tell you, I'll share some orders that I have right now. So let's take a look. Pac-Man plug and play game, paid 64, sold for 144. Apocalypse DVD, 19 to 43. Oh, Band of Brothers, another DVD, 40 to 86. Hot Wheels game, 38 to 99. US Robotics modem, 25, and then sold it for 0. So maybe that was a refund. Yeah, all types of things. Canon ink, 44 to 88. Walkman stereo, 69 to 149. Honeywell Aquastat communication, 118 to 219. So all types of stuff. I was like, where'd Avery go? I looked up and it was just my twin. People are saying that you're my twin, Jameson, in the comments.
You selling on Walmart?
My better looking twin.
Flipping with Amanda?
Not yet. I'm definitely going to be diving into Walmart because I definitely have a lot of products that were restricted or removed off to Amazon that have listings on Walmart. So that's definitely something I'm going to try to focus on in 2025.
You should do it. I just had my first Walmart sale. I sent in my first shipment 5.5 weeks ago and it just got checked in. And I just sold it. It was like a $78 Ninja Turtle toy and eBay to Walmart.
Nice.
Big opportunity. Cool. Big opportunity right now.
I got my first shipment checked in, but I haven't sold anything yet. So I may have sent too much in. I sent $3,000 worth of stuff. So hopefully it sells. Christian says, Steve, have you tried using BookMine to protect yourself from invoices from eBay?
The thing is, you still don't have invoices. I mean, you are buying from Amazon, so it's probably a bit safer, but you're buying from merchant sellers. So, here's the thing. There's landmines. There's ways that you can get your account banned. Like books are one of the riskiest products to sell. I hate to say it, especially textbooks. And I love BookMine, right? I have nothing but great things to say. I have a lot of friends killing it with BookMine. But the thing is, there's risks with Amazon to Amazon flips, and there's risks with eBay to Amazon. I would say probably Amazon to Amazon flips is probably a step up being safer.
Yeah, you're selling riskier products that are more likely to be IP'd. But if you're strictly doing Amazon to Amazon flips, theoretically your invoices would be better. But with eBay to Amazon, you can pick categories that just don't get IPs.
And I'll tell you right now, with eBay to Amazon, I could turn my inventory way faster than Amazon to Amazon book flips. Anyone who's been doing it will say that. There's pros and cons, though. The margins will be higher with books, but you're going to be sitting on inventory for 4, 5, 6, 7 months where I'm turning my inventory over. If you look, Avery, if you look at my go-to lister account, because I gave you permission, my sell-through rate's over 100%. I'm selling my inventory out every month.
I know. It's wild. If you sell a high quantity of items, they go after you. Just got a notice from Peach and Lily after scaling items up. Yeah, you just got to be ready for it. Got to be prepared. Chain of custody. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Section 3s have been rampant these past few weeks, more important than ever to have proper invoices, like y'all said. Yep. Proper invoices, or like in the book community, what we're noticing is like a bulk invoice from Goodwill. That's what we noticed has worked. You know, like if you have ASINs in question, upload a bulk invoice, a bulk purchase from Goodwill, and that has worked.
And I'll tell you this right now in my business, the products, if you're flipping, like if you're doing like, electronics, or you're doing like home and garden, kitchen, items like that, the faster, more popular items are more likely, way more likely to get issued section 3s and issues like that. So the reason I'm not super concerned, but again, I might make a video one day saying, hey guys, go join my YouTube channel where I talk about history, right? Because I'm off Amazon now, but I fly under the radar. I sell a lot of products that only have 1, 2, 3, 4 sales. Avery, if you look up the inventory that I'm selling, these aren't sexy, hot products. These are discontinued. The brands don't give a shit about them anymore. I'm flying under the radar. But again, it's Amazon. It's just like the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight is coming up soon. I think Jake Paul is going to kill Mike Tyson, but guess what? All it takes is one punch to knock somebody out, and all it takes is one section 3 to be out of the game. I don't know. You know me, man. I'm kind of a little cheap.
I used to put money on Jake Paul. Like, I think it was the first year he did it. I always put money on him, and I was up that year like $2,000. Like every fight, I put $500 on him. But that's a tough one, man. Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson, so
he's 58 though.
I know. I don't see it going well for Mike Tyson, but at the same time, it's like, how could he get outboxed? Like, he's literally so good.
Place a bet online right here.
Yeah, so I think if you put
get Jameson excited,
put 500, you win what, like 1,000?
Put $500 on Mike Tyson,
you win 12.
Turns into 1,300.
Yeah, so Mike Tyson's a big underdog right now. So
yeah, Carter says I beat Jake in wrestling. I can beat most people in wrestling, but Jake was actually, he almost got signed to Ohio State. Like, that guy's a good wrestler. That boy's big. He's like 240 pounds. So I still beat that ass. Jason says, when setting min and max prices, what formula do you use? So you just set your min price at what you list it for, right, Steve?
Usually what I'll do is I'll set my min price maybe like 5% less than what I want to sell it for. And I'll put my max price maybe like 10, 50% over. I have a video on this. I can post it in the comments after, but I'm literally very aggressive. I'm trying to turn my inventory over and make my 40% ROI the first month. If it doesn't sell within the first month, we change our conditional rules to something more aggressive, and we'll go down to like a 20% ROI after 1 month. And then after that, I'm just selling it for break even, and then I'll sell it for a loss. I need to get my cash back as quick as possible.
Heck yeah. Love it. I want to reset my Amazon business and start over. Are books the best way to restart with low funds? Is a Pope Catholic? Are there alligators in Florida? 100% books are the best way. Go to booksalefinder.com. There's actually another website if you guys want to go to this. Don't pay for it. Booksalefound.com. I knew about this like 5 years ago. I heard about it for the first time the other day. And apparently that like looks for library sales in your area. I don't even know if that website's like legit or not anymore, but back in the day it was. And it was like somebody that would put together library sales that weren't advertised on Book Sale Finder and, advertise them to you. But anyway, put all the library sales in your local area. So email all the libraries, go to booksalefinder.com, put everything in your calendar. all the library sales. That's the number one way to start making money with used books. Then hit up every estate sale on the wealthy side of town. Saturday morning, wake up 6 a.m., hit the routes. Then hit the thrift stores, find out when they restock books, get backroom access, bring them coffee, ask for access to the back room to scan their books, be polite, help them organize the books. Do the same thing at the local libraries. They have ongoing sales all the time. And just go upstream. Look for books that nobody else has access to by doing what other people won't. So talk to people, talk to colleges, find people's personal private collections. And if you do that, you could easily find like 1,000 books a month working only on weekends, like Mike the Used Book Guy, and pump out 5, 6, 7K profit a month. And pretty soon you're taking $1,000, turn it into 5,000, take 5,000, turn it into 15, and before you know it, you're going to have enough money. If you do this right, you're going to have more capital in your business than you know what to do with. And then you can decide, do I want to scale this book business, or do I want to take it other directions, do eBay to Amazon, do online arbitrage, wholesale, something else. So, or books. Like we got Vishal Moody, who speaks at Miami Sellers Conference every year. They're clearing $1 million in profit each year. 2 kids, each started with $5,000 out of Canada. And if you think you can't scale books, they're literally going to retire off of used books in the next few years. And they started with $5,000 a piece. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah. Just goes to show. But you got to put in the work. How many people do we see attend trainings or go through courses, or just people we meet networking, and then they're gone 3 months later because people are trying to get rich quick. I mean, this is not a get rich quick scheme at all. It takes years to build this up, but that's like any other business. You got to put in the hard work. You got to be hard to kill, like you always say at your conferences.
Heck yeah, be hard to kill. Elba's asking what program to use to scan books. I personally like Scout IQ, number one, because one of my best friends created the app and he really innovated the market. They also have a restricted inventory integration. So if you do scan a restricted textbook, you can see the quote on there, which that's pretty valuable too. And clean interface. But there's also Scoutly too, which gets a job done.
And GoToLister. No, that's a listing software.
Hey, GoToLister. Maybe one day we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? You guys want us to create maybe like a all-in-one solution where you could scan something and list it in the store and sell it before you even walk out? How cool would that be?
That'd be so cool, because GoToLister obviously knows what you're selling. That'd be interesting.
Exactly. You can see your stock too. So now a 5 million ranked book, you have 2 in stock, you don't want it anymore. Whereas before you pick that up if it was $100 profit. A lot of cool stuff you could do. What software that every Amazon seller needs, but there isn't a good option in the market for, as all of us can create together, that doesn't compete with GoToLister. I would say that every Amazon seller needs. That's going to remove my answer, but my answer
got one.
Walmart would have been good, like a cross listing platform with Walmart. What do you have?
Fake invoice generator. I'm just kidding.
There are some things you could do on the listing phase with a used book business that could probably protect you, like put the invoice number as you're scanning the books, like whatever palette of, if you're doing a book business, or if you got your books from Goodwill, like take a picture of the receipt and it somehow works that in the SKU. Or me and David Chung were thinking about this, but I truly do think, and I think you guys should take notes if you're listening, I do think there's something to like a Goodwill invoice. Like I think Amazon just has these algorithms, and if you upload a Goodwill invoice for books in question, I think you're much more likely to have success than if you upload like some mom and pop or some library. I don't think you're gonna be successful that way. With that being said, this is all just me thinking, like if you picked up books for free, you're not gonna have an invoice for it. So what if in the GoToLister batch, you could just document that, hey, I got these from some garage sale, and then it would generate like an invoice for like a penny per item or something. Like that's potentially, something that could be helpful, but it'd be nice if Amazon made it easier for us and just let us sell without invoices. But we don't live in that world. Carter Maxwell says my idea is something with violations and account health related complaints. We're learning a lot as a community this year. So, I mean, IP alert's pretty cool. It takes all the crowdsourced data of IP complaints on different listings, but I do think that would be cool. And you know what I try to do with ChatGPT sometimes? So the dangerous thing about ChatGPT is it remembers everything you ever do. And so you got to be careful. Like,
that'd be dangerous for Jameson.
Yeah. Like if Jameson's asking very specific questions. It could potentially remember when someone's like, what would Jameson Philippi think about this? Well, it's like, well, actually, I know because he asked me this question. But no, what I really mean is like, Steve, if you asked some replay catcher questions to ChatGPT, and then someone went in there and was, playing around with the word replay catcher, there's a chance it remembered something you said. So it gets pretty dangerous. So what I've been trying to do lately with Amazon appeals, because people reach out to me every week about Amazon account shutdown. And thank you, Amanda, for sending me your appeal that worked. But I've been trying to get get information from the whole community, but also message ChatGPT and say what type of appeal. I'm just trying to get information. Maybe a bunch of other Amazon sellers have created their appeals via ChatGPT, and ChatGPT might spit something out that's helpful to me. But what they certainly do is they read all Amazon terms of service if you send them sellercentral.com, and then they can craft a plan of action that's very good for you. But I guess my point is, like, as a community in 2024, we're learning so much about account health and account shutdowns and like what they do and like what they're looking for and things that make them, like, so many things, man. I was on a call the other night and these kids were just going on a rant. I have like 6 reels that I created from their content. Like, it's crazy, like the nuance that they get either from like some Amazon Inside Connect that's saying how they review plan of actions. Do they call suppliers? What are they looking for in an appeal? If you can't provide invoices, like, how did Amanda get her account back? They're looking for a good alibi. They want, if you can't supply good invoices, they want to show that in the future you'll have good, like, there's a lot of different things they want, and we're learning as a community, and I think it's really cool. But I guess that's a long-winded answer to, I think some type of crowdsourced data for what actually works to get your Amazon account back would be invaluable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steal and make a product better. Yeah, that's all we do. We take items, sell them on Amazon. Boom. That was a good little live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Jameson talked a little bit too much.
I had a blast.
Jameson, you got to speak up, man. You got to share your message.
But we got Miami Sellers Conference coming up next year. Guys, keep your eye out for Miami Sellers Conference tickets. The next best sale is going to be Black Friday. So if you guys want to come, Jameson spoke there 2 times. Steve's spoken there 2 times at least. So that's coming up soon.
I'm excited for that. I miss
Books and
Miami.
Beyond. We'll be running a sale probably for that too pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. Yeah, there was a comment from somebody saying they're already looking forward to Vegas for Books and Beyond, which is next year in October. So
Carter says, please don't stop the live. I don't have any friends.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true.
Wow.
Hey, Carter, you want us to place any bets for you today? We'll go on live. The last time Nathan and his buddy were here, 2 Amazon sellers, we went to the casino, and Carter wanted to place like $200 on black for roulette, and we called him live on FaceTime, and he hit for $200, and then bet again, and then hit again. He won like $400 over the phone on Facebook Live.
Wow.
You're just going to drop a course on how to get your friends to pay for your gambling. All these nuanced strategies.
Well,
what else we got going on? It's Q4. Have you noticed like your students saying slow check-in times, or have you noticed slow check-in times yourself?
A couple. It's a little slow. It's weird. Some things check in really quick, and then other things can take like 6 weeks.
I got a late Q4 with my wholesale stuff, and so I'm kind of pushing it right now. But we'll see. We'll see if those go-to list or 2D barcodes can really speed it up, like they say.
Yeah. It's I always know when my stuff gets checked in because I'll go from like a $2,000 day to like a $5,000 day, and I'm like, yep, everything got checked in. Yeah,
that's a good feeling. So, but yeah, I guess it depends a lot on the different warehouses they're going to. I got my WFS shipment checked in. That's exciting. That's Walmart's FBA program.
Did you?
WFS.
Are you sending your wholesale items there, like the same ones you're selling on Amazon?
I'm just doing like the fast selling stuff. I just figured why not send it on Walmart if they have a few.
Did you create a new listing, or did you list under somebody else, like
somebody else's? Yeah. My thought process was it would show up on Google, but sometimes Walmart items don't pop up on Google super fast. Maybe I do have to reprice. Like maybe I have to like go $5 below Amazon. I haven't got any sales yet. But hopefully by Miami Sellers Conference, Amanda's going to speak about Walmart there. We'll have Crazy Flippin' Mom talking about Walmart. probably a handful of other people. I would like to have somebody who's just like an absolute savage on Walmart.
Yeah.
Like 200-300K a month, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I think there's a big opportunity with Walmart, really big opportunity. So
is ASD worth visiting? That's a good Jameson question.
I would say yes. I want to say I think 100% of my suppliers that I buy from, that I've been buying from 5+ years, are all from ASD. So I would definitely highly recommend going.
Can you drop those in the comment section?
Yeah, I'll drop the ASINs and the vendors in the comments.
Sweet. All right.
Okay, cool. Gotta go. Bye.
That's a good live tonight. Thanks, Steve, for hopping on. And,
yes, sir. Have fun with. Can you tell people where you're going, or you're not allowed to?
Yeah. I'm going to Alex Hormozi. I think he's one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time for his age, and he's going to be teaching me, or I'm going to be going in with the intention of growing GoToLister. And so it's a business conference. It's how to scale a company to millions of dollars of profit. So super excited to be here in Vegas, a 2-day event, pretty intimate, 70 people. That's like Miami Sellers Conference the first year. We only had 70 people there. So high chance I get to have like a little bit of an exchange with Alex or Layla. And super excited.
Are they bringing speakers and stuff, or is it literally just like a workshop? Like, how did
That's
he
a good question, dude. I honestly don't know too much about it. Like Jameson was asking me some stuff. I just know we do get time with them, and I think they're actually involved for like at least a couple hours of the day, which for me is enough. You know, and I know they have some upsells, which I might pay for. We'll see.
But, oh God! Oh, boy. God. I'm having a conversation with Dom.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Negative profit year.
Oh God, no. Avery going in there with unlimited funds. Bad idea.
Do you think Aura Reprice will do better than Be Cool? I mean, they're both automated repricers. They both have great UI. I know more people who have used Be Cool than Aura. I know the owners of both. They both seem really nice. Actually, I don't know the owner of Be Cool. I know Sam, the main representative. But yeah, I mean, a repricer is not going to like fix all your problems. Like your repricer is just going to do exactly what you tell it to do. And in my opinion, if you're selling on Amazon, 99% of the time, you should just be match and buy box. Then for your order inventory, you should be pricing it lower, trying to move it faster. And if you're a bookseller, price your initial inventory smart. Price your faster, moving inventory at higher prices, because the initial price you set might be the last price you set. So take time to set those initial prices. Be optimistic the first 30 days. Compare against FBA offers, whatever. Be Cool doesn't allow you to do that. I don't think Aura does either. But with any repricer you use, Pro Hack, you can reprice your inventory up at nighttime, giving it room to breathe. And I don't know if you're doing that, Steve, but it's a simple setting you can turn on Be Cool. Scott Needham took his profit from 14% net margin to 18% simply by repricing up at night. So whatever repricer you use, just put that setting in from 2 to 4 a.m., go to your max price, and good things will happen. But all right, guys, I'm talking too much. Much love.
Catch you guys. Thanks so much.
Peace.
Peace.